The development of electronic technology is getting faster. Semiconductors are more and more widely used in our lives. For example, the core chips of mobile phones use semiconductors. On the market, the vast majority of electronic products and smart products are all inseparable from semiconductor technology. Among them, the PN junction is a typical application of semiconductors. In this class, let's learn about the PN junction. For the PN-type semiconductor, the original material is intrinsic semiconductor. Before learning about PN-type semiconductor, we need to know intrinsic semiconductor first. Intrinsic semiconductor is pure crystal with a complete structure. There are 4 valence electrons in the outermost layer of the intrinsic semiconductor nucleus. The outermost electrons of the atoms form electron pairs with the electrons of adjacent atoms, forming covalent bond structure. In general, intrinsic semiconductor is a pure and has a complete crystal structure. Next, we will learn about PN-type semiconductor through 4 contents. First, P-type semiconductor. Impurity semiconductor doped with trivalent elements is called P-type semiconductor. Therefore, P-type semiconductor is a mixture. Every time a trivalent element is added, there will be one more hole. A hole can be understood as a positively charged and mobile charged carrier. Therefore, the majority carrier of P-type semiconductor is hole. Due to the large number of holes in P-type semiconductor, therefore the conductivity of P-type semiconductor is much stronger than intrinsic semiconductor. Second, N-type semiconductor. Impurity semiconductor doped with pentavalent elements is called N-type semiconductor. Therefore, N-type semiconductor is a mixture. Every time a pentavalent element is added, there will be one more free-moving electron. The free electrons can be understood as negatively charged, mobile charge carrier. Therefore, N-type semiconductor, majority carrier is free electrons. N-type semiconductor has a large number of free electrons. Therefore, the conductivity of N-type semiconductor is much stronger than intrinsic semiconductor. I believe you now understand. N-type semiconductor and P-type semiconductor. Please think about it. If we bring these 2 materials into contact, what kind of amazing phenomenon will occur? Let me tell you the key points of this section. The formation of p-on junction. Third, the formation of a p-in junction. When a p-type semiconductor and an n-type semiconductor are contacted, the free electrons in the UN region diffuse to the PU region, and holes in the PU region diffuse to the UN region. So more and more negative charges accumulate in the PU region, and the UN region accumulates more and more positive charges, which forms an internal electric field. It points from N to P. The internal electric field hinders the diffusion of electrons and holes, forming a PN junction. After the PN junction is formed, what amazing functions will it have? Next, let's explore and learn the amazing properties of PN junction. Before learning, we need to understand 2 concepts. What is a p-on junction, and what is a forward and reverse bias? Fourth, the forward bias of PN junction. The forward bias, the positive pole of the external power supply connects to P region, and the negative pole is connected to the UN region. The external electric field formed by the external power supply is opposite to the internal electric field of PN junction and cancel each other out, allowing electrons and holes to continue diffusing, and forms a current. So the PN junction conducts reverse bias. The reverse bias of the PN junction is that the negative pole of the external power supply is connected to the P region and the positive pole is connected to the N region. The external electric field formed by the external power is the same as the direction of the internal electric field of PN junction, and the electric fields reinforce each other, further hindering the diffusion of electrons and holes. There is no current, so the PN junction is turned off. In summary, the PN junction has the function of unidirectional conductivity and is a one-way valve for current. In this class, we learned about PN-type semiconductors, the process of forming a PN junction, the conductive characteristics of PN junction, Semiconductors are the core content of electrical technology. Through this section, I hope you like electronics. I hope through your own hard work, you can contribute to the development of electronic technology. I give you a homework. Find relevant materials and videos and understand the production process of diodes.